Hi, I'm Genuine Nard, nicknamed after the oil poured out on Jesus' feet in the Bible, and this is my series about everything I've learned for caring and styling my natural hair since my big chop. Okay, one of the things that I have learned in doing a twist out is that you go through a ton of gel unless you're using those little elastics to bind your hair, which I strongly suggest don't use those. They tend to pull when you're taking them out and they break your hair if you leave them in too long. So you can go through a lot of gel. So I have a great video on how you can turn this one gel into two. Here's the clip. I know y'all thought it was real funny when I couldn't get all this flaxseed gel out of my pot. This was my fourth try, but I learned something really cool about gel in the process. Have you ever read what's inside of your Eco Gel container? What do you think it's made of? I was curious. And this one's created from hydrolyzed wheat protein. It looks a lot like this stuff. This is an irreversible hydrolyzed form of collagen. But Eco has one active ingredient, the first ingredient, which is water. This is great news because basically it's a gelatin that's been hydrolyzed into a hydrogel. Now, the funny thing about the polymer network that is in a hydrogel is it can absorb tons of water and maintain the network, which means when translated, you can take one container of EcoGel and double it. Now, I'm not going to even use the entire container so that you can see the color change at the end. And this is really easy. It's a whip attachment on my KitchenAid. Now, the next thing I add is 2 cups of filtered water, room temperature. And the rest is just mixing. I switched so you can see it from a top view and you can watch it changing in real time as it thickens. Now for this little demo, I used plain water, but you could really trick it out and use coconut water or rose water, as long as water is your main ingredient. And I wouldn't want to use more than 2 cups of water because you might stretch that polymer network too thin and have soup. Now, when a hydrogel dries, it forms a coating on your hair, sealing all of the moisture inside. So, if you're high porosity, using water, oil, and a gel in a protective style, it's going to protect that cuticle from further damage as it allows it to recover. And yes, I do believe you can repair that damage. Okay, and that's about it. All you're going to do is whip it. Whip it real good. And as you can see, the more water I add on high, the more that air stretches that network, and the more the water is absorbed. And we're just about done. Let's just pour all the rest of this water in and let those little polymers soak it all up. Wonderful. Now I'm going to spoon this into my spare jar because I really want you to see that it is just as thick now as when we first scooped it into the mixer. The only difference that I really can tell in these gels is the color difference. I mean, this is perfect every single time that I do it. This is one of the reasons also that I just can't break up with Eco Styler because it's good for my hair. And here are my 2 containers. Now, the only thing is if you look at this one, you'll be able to see the green on the bottom contains olive oil. but as you add just water, it turns white. And in about 5 minutes, your gel became a BOGO. Buy one, get one free. So in that last clip, I used plain water to expand my hydrogel into 2 gels. However, I have started using this brand of Orange Blossom water. Orange Blossom water smells amazing in the hair, and I add a little olive oil if it is wintertime for extra hydration. You can make this 1,000 different ways. Be experimental, and thank you for watching to the end. Thank you again for watching. I would love to hear your success stories in the comments. You can click the red and subscribe to find all the videos in this series. Click here and check out these other cool videos, and click the bell to get weekly reminders when I post something new.